$40,000 worth of debt in 2 years. Good morning, you guys. Welcome to another vlog. If you guys are new here, my name is Brandy.
And I am Josh.
That's my hubby. And we mostly talk about entrepreneurship, business, working remote, freelance, hence the name Freelance TV, and a little bit about software development because we do all the above. All right, you guys, we are coming to you from our office. This is actually my office area.
This is her area over here. This is the nook. This is Brandy's nook.
And today we are going to tell you guys, so this is going to apply if you are a software developer, designer.
Oh, or somebody aspiring to be one of those.
Yeah, or even, marketing. I mean, really kind of really anything. So if you're like a doctor, a lawyer, chemical engineer, or nuclear engineer, any type of, really advanced.
This doesn't apply to you.
This doesn't apply to you. Don't take our advice. But we're basically telling you, don't go to college. I went to college.
I did not.
He's a far better programmer than me, which doesn't have anything to do with it.
That's just because I've been doing it longer, but that's just to show that just because you go to college doesn't mean somebody with a college degree is a better developer than somebody without it.
Or if you go to college, you're guaranteed to get a job.
Yeah, that's a huge lie.
Huge myth. So many people I talk to go, oh yeah, I'm going to college, then I'm gonna get a job. But while they're in college, they're not even doing anything, like to be proactive about making sure they get a job after college.
Yep. They just think it's their free pass.
Just because you have a degree, it guarantees a job, which maybe that was the case, 20 years ago.
Definitely not now.
Not the case now in year 2019 and the future.
And that's just the need for a college degree, especially if you're talking about the technical field. It's just not required anymore. I mean, some of the largest companies in the tech space, Apple, IBM, Starbucks, Google, all let out a huge press release saying they no longer require a 4-year degree for their job posting. So that's a big win for everybody.
And we know people that work at Facebook that don't have college degrees.
True. Yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so I would say, what would you recommend to somebody sitting there evaluating, should I go to college or should I not? What's one of the biggest benefits of not going to college instead?
I get this question a lot of times in my DMs on Instagram. They don't know, they want to learn how to program, and what should they do? They're looking at colleges, they're looking at boot camps, and my recommendation is if you go to college and you don't have money, that's what I did. I didn't have money to pay for my college, so I had to take out a bunch of loans. So when I went to Full Sail, I went there for 2 years because it's a year-round school, and I also got 50% off my tuition because I got a emerging women in technology scholarship.
Yeah.
Which I think they were just trying to get people in the door. But I left that school, and just from that school alone, I accrued $40,000 worth of debt. $40,000 worth of debt in 2 years.
Yeah.
I had a job when I left, but that was because of my sheer willpower to make sure that I would be successful. But nobody else that I graduated with had a job. The next person that got a job, I think it took her 6 to 7 months. And some people even more. But those people are also, I graduated with really smart people.
That's people with programming degrees.
Correct. So I graduated with a degree. There's my diploma. It's in web development and design. I always tell people, look to learn online. There are so many free things. I'll send a link to a blog post I wrote that literally lists them out, all the different ones, and I'm sure there's probably so many more because I wrote it like a year ago or 2 years ago. Look for free resources online, and then also go to the ones that offer those like mini nano degrees.
Yeah.
The one that always comes to mind is Treehouse, just because Ryan Carson does a really good job at it. But I think they charge like $250 or $200 for this degree. There's also Lambda School,
Yep.
which is completely completely free.
Until you get a job.
Completely free until you get a job and they take a percentage out of your paycheck. Not like 50%, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a free thing and it's based on how well you do after you get all the knowledge.
Yeah.
So smart. And I know some boot camps do that too, so look for those. But if you're looking to save money, don't go to college.
Very true. And then on top of that, on learning online, once you kind of get your footholdings, which could be done in a few months, honestly, I would say jump into freelance. Even if you're only doing basic websites for people, you're starting to get one of the most valuable things under your belt, and that is
real world experience.
Experience is what you will be paid for in the future. Your salary will grow based on your experience and your skill sets. And what's really cool is even if you're only making $100 per website, when you're sitting in college and you're coding those websites, you don't make zero. Actually, it's costing you $100 to build that website.
It's costing you more than that.
It's costing you way more than that. Costs a lot of money to learn, right? A real lot of money, and sometimes you don't always get a job. A college degree is not a guaranteed job, even for something like web development and design.
So we're basically providing you guys with a solution if you decide to go the non-traditional route, which is don't go to college, which is freelance.
Yes, and that's sort of what I did. I started doing free projects and basic websites for people even before I was an expert programmer. When I first got brought in to do a website, I literally had never built a website before. My brother handed it off to me and said, hey, would you be interested in doing a website? And I was like, sure. And I just learned on the fly. Made $25 an hour, made I think $1,000 from that site because they wanted more and more changes. But I literally learned on the fly freelancing, and I actually made some money. Whereas if you would need to learn that website right in school, it would cost you $1,000 to learn how to build that website. We live in a beautiful world where everything you want to know is on the web. I mean, we have great coding boot camps. Brandy mentioned a few online schools that you can even use. So I say definitely go the freelance route. Throw yourself in the fire, because when you're throwing yourself in the fire, you make a little bit of money and you get one of the most valuable things in the world when it comes to programming, and that is
Experience.
Experience is where the money is at. If you can get experience and get a little bit of money in exchange for it, that's great. But if you can get experience, even if it requires you to work for free, it still doesn't cost you anything. You still get the experience and you don't incur the debt. You know what I mean? That you would from college. So,
and you learn, the ins and outs of business and working with clients, which if you are looking to get a full-time development job, that's really important.
Yeah.
Because you are essentially doing that when you're on a team of developers, because somebody's going to come in, whether it's a project manager or the boss or whatever, they're going to be like, hey, we need X, Y, and Z. You need to be able to estimate out your time to them, which is exactly what you're doing as a freelancer. And you have to get really good at it because you don't want to take long. You don't want to go over budget or over, all that sort of stuff.
So it teaches you definitely the real world skills you need, whether you continue down the freelancing world or you literally just want to go work for a company. That's kind of a few things to think about, whether you're thinking, should I go to college? I want to become a programmer, or should I learn online? I didn't go to college. I actually worked for free for a year for a company, and then they eventually started paying me, but then I got hired for a job. So it was like 1 year free. I didn't incur any debt. Yes, it was difficult because I wasn't getting paid. It's not like a walk in the park, but if you're hungry enough, you can literally get the experience you need. And I was hungry. I consumed. I stayed late. I went early. It was my education. So instead of having to spend $40,000, I spent a year working for free, got the experience I needed, and right after that year, I got a paying programming job, full stack JavaScript developer job at a startup here in Orlando.
And he worked there for many years. They're actually one of his clients today.
Yeah.
Because they love him so much because he's so good. But yeah, I mean, we already talked about it. I accrued a bunch of debt.
Yep.
I don't regret it though. Full Sail was a great experience for me. But when people ask me if they should go specifically to that college, because it's really the only one I can speak to, I say if you have the money and if you actually go on campus, then yeah, totally do it. But if you're somebody that's looking to learn online, don't spend the money to pay for an education online like that. do something free. Like, do either something free or that's going to be, you know, way, way cheaper than spending $40,000 for an online education when you can do way cheaper ones.
Yeah, or spend 3 months on Treehouse or coding school or any other resource YouTube series and just start going after some freelance web clients. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, make connections with people in these online communities. There's probably thousands of different Slack groups that you can get invited to and offer to for free.
Yep.
Doesn't work all the time, but just start learning on your own. It's
Free-
way worth it.
Yeah, free lowers the barrier to entry significantly.
Yeah.
I remember when I first went in there and I was working for free, and the first project they wanted me to build was an API for this game they were building. I had never built an API in my life. I honestly had no idea what I was even entailed in a project like that. But you know what? I didn't tell them that. I just showed up. I spent my days working as fast as I could and as hard as I could, and my nights learning. And so trying to figure out how do you build an API. And I already had basic understanding of programming because I was learning it on my own. But yeah, I mean, just throw yourself in the fire. It's one of the best ways to learn, and you might even make money doing it.
Yeah, so basically to sum up our video is don't go to college.
If again, for the right career path, some of the ones we mentioned at the beginning, you don't incur debt, you don't need to do it anymore. I mean, the biggest name brands in tech right now just announced that, so there's no reason to spend $40,000 on a degree anymore. Learn online, potentially work for free, find some really early, low barrier clients, get real world experience, or, you know, try and find an internship at a company that they'll hire you early with no experience.
Yep, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it worked.
But you got paid too.
Yes.
She actually was interning while she's at school. So everybody that is in college, maybe there's a bunch of people in college right now listening to this.
Get an internship.
Get an internship as fast as possible. Like, seriously, start getting experience under your belt, because what is good is if you have a degree and experience. Right? So get both as soon as you can. That was really smart, and that's why you had a job waiting for you. They actually tried to hire her before she was even out of college.
Yeah. Well, and I had real world experience before I went to college, so that also helped. But basically, you just summed up our video. We hope you guys this was helpful and answered any of your guys' questions about learning online or whether or not to go to college or what you actually need to get a job in the tech field.
Yeah.
So if you like this video or if you have questions, let us know in the comments, but hit that thumbs up button. Beep, beep, beep. And of course, subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate it. We have videos every Tuesday and Thursday on topics like this. Or if you want us to touch on something, let us know in the comments.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
See ya.